Alright, so we're going to take a look at adding and subtracting integers starting you right from the beginning. So you want to open up your notebook, and the very first thing you want to do is write a table of contents. Don't copy my table of contents because it's going to change a little bit. I'm going to correct it. Leave 4 pages for your table of contents just because I don't know how much space I'll need. Go ahead and take that 5th page, make it tools of geometry, then cut along the margins. You can use scissors or you can use a ruler just like I did. So you're going to cut along the margin. We're going to basically make tabs. What I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video and copy this down. You want to leave about, I think it's about 4 lines and a little bit on each one is going to make them all fit. Make sure you measure it out before you do it. Okay, so before you start writing anything down, measure it out and make sure that all of those columns fit. This is a listening check. Underline the word Rafiki. Underline Rafiki. So there's 7 columns in total. And we're going to look at Rafiki versus, which is Rafiki, which is positive, versus Adui, which is negatives. Rafiki, just like the Lion King, means friend. So Rafiki in the Lion King, friend. And Adui means enemy. Alright, so we're going to ask these questions. Who are they? Remember, you can have 2 symbols right next to each other. You need to draw a smiley. So if you have 2 symbols right next to each other, like this first example, draw a smiley face. Now, positive and a negative, is that a good thing? Does it have a bad eye? Yes, it does. If it has a black eye, is that good or bad? It's bad. So you need to fix that symbol. So if it's a bad thing, it's a negative thing. Okay, then separate them by the team symbol. The symbol is always in the front. So we're going to write negative 14, and those 2 symbols are now going to become a negative. So minus and 11. Now we've separated them. Okay, who's meeting who? Rafiki or Adui? It's Adui meeting Adui. This is a listening check. Circle negative 11. This is a listening check. Circle negative 11. What happens when the same team or different team meets? So if it's the same team, they join and grow. So you gotta think, if you meet your buddies, you're not gonna fight your buddies, you're not gonna kill them. You're gonna become more of your friends. But if it's different teams, you're gonna fight and die. Remember, it's one-on-one, everyone has equal strength. You meet people who messed you up, who messed your friends up, you're gonna fight them and die. So if you're the same team, you're joining and growing. If you're different teams, you're fighting and die. So Adui meets Adui, what's gonna happen? They're gonna join and grow because they're the same team. So the same team meets, they're going to join and grow. Which team wins? Well, there's only one team there, right? What's the team? Adui. So why do they win? Because there's only one team, so it's Adui. And then write it down. So Adui, which is negative. Alright, how many do they win by? Well, how many friends do you now have? You had 14 meeting 11, so now you have 25 Aduis. Remember, don't forget the symbol, right? So it's Adui, which is negative. So that says negative 25. Alright, let's take a look at another example. Do we have 2 symbols next to each other? No, so we're good. Alright, so we don't have 2 symbols, so we're fine. So separate them by their symbols. So we're going to separate the negative 38 and then the positive 12. Alright, who's meeting who? Adui is meeting, because that's negative, is meeting Rafiki's because Rafiki is positive. Okay, what happens when different teams meet? Well, when different teams meet, they're going to fight and die because they're going to kill one another. They don't like each other. They're going to fight and die. Who wins? So, Adui is going to win. Why? Because they have more people. They got 38 people. Rafiki only has 12. So, obviously, Adui is going to win. And why is it that they win? They've got more people. How many do they win by? Now, they're going to lose 12 people, so it's going to be a smaller number than 38. So that's going to be 26. And don't forget the team symbol, so very important. Who won? Adui. Adui is negative, so make sure you put the negative. Now, let's do a couple more examples. Again, who are they? You can't have 2 symbols next to each other. Draw a smiley face. Does it have a black eye? No. No black eye is good. That means positive. So let's fix that and separate it. If there isn't a sign in front, it's automatically a positive. So we're going to put a positive right there. So it's going to be positive 28. And we have no black eyes, so that's good. So that's going to be a positive. And then positive 50. And then who's meeting who? Rafiki is meeting Rafiki because they're both positive. What happens when Rafiki meets Rafiki? It's the same team. So they're going to join and grow in number. Okay, which team wins? Obviously Rafiki because they're the only team there. So your positives are going to win. By how many do they win by? Well, if you have the same team members, you're going to grow, so more in numbers, so you're going to be more. So more is 43. And don't forget the team symbol, which is positive. You don't have to write the positive in front of the number. This is a listening check. Color in positive 43. Let's take a look at that one last example. Again, You can't have two symbols next to each other. Draw a smiley face. Good or bad? Any black eyes? Black eye. Bad, bad, bad. So that's negative, a Dewey. So now separate them. So remember, if there isn't a symbol in the front, you can put a positive. So it's positive 126, and then that's bad. So that's going to be negative 112. Who's meeting who? Rafiki is meeting a Dewey. Positive versus negative. What's going to happen when different teams meet? They're going to fight. They're going to clash. They're going to beat each other up. They're going to fight and die. Which team wins and why? Rafiki is going to win. Why? Because they have more people. They got 126. The other team only has 112. So Rafiki is going to win. Positive because they have more people. How many do they win by? Well, you got to think they're going to lose some because a Dewey is not going down without a fight. So they're going to be winning just by 14. Because after the Deweys fight them, that's all that's left. So you subtract that. Alright, and that's pretty much it. That's all you need to do in terms of adding and subtracting integers. So you can do this really quickly in your head. Alright, let's go ahead and make the next tab, which is going to be solving equations. So I just wanted to give you a rough idea of that so we can get to solving equations. What you're going to do is you're going to cut across the top margin, not all the way at the end, just do the margin, and then all the way down. We just made a tab. You're going to title that tab Solving Equations. So this is what it looks like. You have Tools of Geometry, your first tab, and now you're going to make another tab. And if you have any questions on this, just come see me and I'll teach you. Once you kind of see how to do it once, you'll get it. Let's practice.